You know, when the elk are screaming and they're coming in, you never know what's going to happen. And we get them close. We get them really close.
You want to go elk hunting, you usually got to go in grizzly territory. So we saw 6 different grizzly bears.
Oh, this is a new one for me. Boat, bring the e-bikes, e-bike up to the elk spot.
We had cows around us almost every hunt. Every hunt we've had cows come right up and around us.
This morning was actually pretty interesting because we split the cows up.
We're going chuckling. We're going in on them. We're being aggressive.
Argo Presents How to Hunt is brought to you by Argo XTV, Go Anywhere. Escape Trailer, built for you. Zeiss, confidence in the toughest conditions. And these fine sponsors.
Welcome to How to Hunt. We have a 2-part elk episode. We've got so much action. It's an amazing show. I can't wait to show you all the great stuff we did. The first segment, we've got Louie DeBrusk on his first hunt for elk. Actually, I think he's hunted elk a little bit, but he hasn't really gotten into the elk. We get him close. We get him really close. He releases an arrow, so it's a pretty awesome segment. Only I kind of screwed it up because I went hunting with Louie for a week, and then I went hunting with Gunther for another week. And we were chasing a bull, and my camera was strapped to my chest. And so all the really great footage kind of spilled out. I was running with Steve Eklund's Next Level Hunter Bino harness with my camera in there, and we were chasing a bull, and it just went fling.
I don't think it's made for holding a video camera.
No, but that's what I held it with. Anyways, let's go to some of Louie DeBrusk's footage. It's really, really good. And he gets into some great encounters, and let's check it out. We're watching Joel Turner. We're trying to figure out how he glunks. I can't even make the sound at all. He's like, somehow he's like sticking the thing to the roof of his mouth and it's making a totally different sound. That squeaking sound you're getting is like not even close. It'll glunk. So I'm wearing the Code of Silence gear here. This is like your elk for like the thin stuff. And I mean, it's crazy, crazy quiet. It's warm. It's kind of stretchy so you can move through the bush. It's been a joy to wear this, to be honest. It's wool and it's, you know, it's not really carrying any scent with it. And I make no sound. Like when you're hunting elk, it's really important when you're kind of getting into position to call that you don't make too much noise. And there's definitely a difference between me and everybody else.
Well, day one, we're going out for an evening hunt here to try and get back on these elk. And awesome hunt this morning. You know what? We had a lot of intel cameras showing us where the elk were. And we went in. Ryan kind of got me to set up in a little bit of a meadow. And he called, we think 3 different bulls in, for sure 2, maybe 3. We're hoping to get back on them again tonight, if not tomorrow morning, depending on what the wind does here right now at stand. I know that we're really watching that because it's picked up and that's going to be really important.
I like my chances when we've got Ricky Vaughn, the closer, calling out tonight.
The wild thing.
Started to make our way in and you know, ended up finally having some cows respond to Ryan's calls. And we had the parade of cows come by us, it seemed. They were coming right down the cut line. The one came right up, I don't know, had to be 10, 12 yards and stood there and stared us down for a bit. And you're just kind of always hoping that that bull is going to be right there behind them. But it was just a little too late. Right at last light, he started making his way to us, but ran out of legal light. We had cows around us almost every hunt. Every hunt we've had cows come right up and around us.
Louie got a cool video and a really cool opportunity at a cow that just stood there totally relaxed, just staring at him. And yeah, this morning was actually pretty interesting because we split the cows up. And usually when you do that, you get a chance at the bull, but it was just so tight that we couldn't figure it out how to get on him.
We're back on How to Hunt, and we just saw Louie DeBrusk, big guy, very well known. Everybody knows Louie, and you could see on his face and what he's doing, I think you ruined him.
Yeah, totally ruined him. We had a great spot. We have some amazing landowners that let us hunt this amazing spot that they kind of keep for themselves. We're so grateful for it, and really great people. And then Louie went in there and we hunted in there. They're actually season ticket holders for the Edmonton Oilers, so they've been sitting kind of by Louie for like 10 years, and he's doing his thing. And Louie goes somewhere and it's pretty cool, right? He can meet the landowners, and they're huge Oiler hockey fans, and they showed us around the farm. They had a great farm and all this really cool stuff. And when Louie can kind of go there and meet the kids and the brothers and the uncles and the dads, it adds to the flavor of the hunt, because he's a celebrity. He's a pretty well-known guy. He's the sportscast color guy for the Edmonton Oilers. He played as an Edmonton Oiler. He chucked mitts with Marty McSorley and some of the toughest guys in the NHL back in the day. So really fun guy to hunt with. And I think one of the coolest things is just the learning that happens during that hunt. Like on an elk hunt, if you've never done one, then there's kind of some rules that I think you got to either learn the hard way, or you can learn them quickly. And I think we'll try to go through a few right now, some things that Louie probably learned on that hunt, and some things that we'll just teach right now.
Because he was making some noises I've heard him speak on radio and TV, and he's pretty easy to understand. And there were some noises that he was making.
Well, in the beginning, we were trying to learn how to glunk.
Yes.
And Joel Turner has a great video. We'll put the video on, and he's got a great video on Instagram where he can glunk. I can't do it.
It's very hard to do. Some people just hit the end of their tube. I've seen it make a noise up there. It's like a hollow noise.
Yeah. And but anyway, I think the most important stuff, and I think what we're trying to do on How to Hunt here, is trying to teach people how to hunt, right? So some of the things that when you're elk hunting, I think that's really important. Like we'll just start with like having an arrow nox kind of all the time.
Yeah.
Like when you're hunting elk can come in super quiet, super fast. And when you're bugling and calling and you're kind of in like a setup or you're waiting to see if one's going to respond, sometimes, and I would say more than sometimes, elk come ripping in from the direction you don't even realize they're going to come from, and they're on you this fast. So Louie had that interaction where, an elk came in so fast and so close, like 6 feet away, that there was just nothing.
They're such a sound-oriented animal, like you said. You could not even be calling. You can be making noise walking, and they're going to come in thinking you're a bunch of cows or thinking you're
yeah, especially when they're rev, right? So I think that is something you have to be aware of. I think another thing that would be a really good lesson would be like, don't crouch. Like a lot of people when they're first bow hunters, they get into an engagement. I call it an engagement when an elk calls back,
counter,
and they like get really low and they kind of crouch down and they get their bow ready. And I think it's the opposite, right? I would stand straight up. I'd get a tree behind you, so you have some cover behind you, but I would stand straight up and wait for that bull to give you a shot, because he's not looking for you, right? He's looking for the caller.
And another thing too, in that exact encounter, that moment, I think drawing your bow early than later, as much as possible. It happened to me once where you see an elk and it's there, and if you draw your bow, it's a dead elk.
100%.
You didn't draw your bow, and now you got to draw and he's gone.
And I think in the video we have a bit of a video where Louie gets a shot, he misses the elk. I don't even know if we have that shot part because I dropped the camera. All I have is a video from my phone when I was filming the video camera, which is too bad. But he did draw a little bit too early, and then he moved in a little bit too late. So it's a timing thing, and to get and understand how you hunt with an elk partner, it takes time. And you've got to just kind of get through those reps, right? You're getting through reps. Like if we hunt together, it's going to take reps for you to kind of know what I'm doing. I also think that like hand signals are really important, right? Like I'm doing this for bugle.
'Cause as the shooter, you're telling the caller.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So as the shooter, you can see the animal. If you can see the animal, you can watch what the animal's like the posture and what kind of mood they're in. And if you've hunted enough, you kind of can see it in an animal. So if you're telling me like, bugle now, or like, cow call, like I've got little hand signals. Or if the hunt's done, I don't want to stand there for 30 minutes or, 20 minutes in the woods wondering what's happening. I just do like a couple of whistles to say like it's over sort of thing so we can get back to trying to get into another elk. So those are some things we just rattled them off really quickly, but I think those are like very, very vital key things for an elk hunter to know and do in the woods when you're hunting elk.
Yeah. No, it's a good one. I think anytime you're out, you're going to be learning more, and the experience in there is inevitable.
Okay, well, let's wrap up this and we'll go to the next segment. And I think we're going to you and your dad.
Yes, first
And your
timers.
dad.
First timers.
Hi, I'm Ryan Kohler with Wild TV, and I'm here with the Escape 17. The reason this trailer is so unbelievable, the reason why Escape is so unbelievable, is because it's a fiberglass egg, basically. It's like two pieces of fiberglass coming together. That makes it really unbeatable. It lasts forever. So I could have this trailer my entire lifetime starting now and then hand it down to my kids, and they're gonna have the same trailer. It's gonna be in the same shape. It's an amazing purchase, and you can customize it. As you can see, there's a little bit of camo down the side that was done especially for me, which I thank you very much at Escape because it's a great unit. They actually built it for me, so wherever I go, I can make anywhere home.
Well, I never thought I'd be driving a motor this soon after leaving the lodge. Day one, after leaving the lodge, we're already back on a tiller. It's elk season. Here we go. Oh, this is a new one for me. Boat, bring the e-bikes, e-bike up to the elk spot, shoot two elk. No cows are allowed on this side, so shooting a bull elk 3 points or larger. It's go time, birds are moving. Well, we got one chuckling, going in on him. We're being aggressive. Others just be aggressive. Being aggressive. He's gotta have 6. Clean miss. It was a tough situation. I should have got into the group of trees that he was in, I think. He came off the edge. I thought he was at 40. I shot and hit very low. But good thing is he's still screaming. We're to come back tomorrow morning, and we found out where there's a lot of rut action happening, so stay tuned. One miss done. Yesterday, I missed a bull down in here. I think he's still down in here. We heard him bugle earlier. 220 yards. Oh yeah. Is it slightly forward, like the way it's tilted down? Like, does it look like his back legs are higher? Or am I just seeing his body? Yeah. That's center punch. I know when I saw impact, that was to the left of his, like, just slightly to the left.
Well, we just watched a bunch of Zach's footage with his dad and good buddy, which is totally awesome. First thing I picked up on was the shotgun right away. I'm like, what's going on, man?
I saw more grizzly bears, and this is the issue. People say you want to go elk hunting, you usually got to go in grizzly territory. That's what I've heard growing up, and where I hunt, it happens to be the case. So we saw 6 different grizzly bears, maybe 5 were the same.
How many days?
Well, that was just in 2 days. We saw the bunch of
6 bears in 2 days.
Yes, yeah, and that was one. That was them crossing the road in front of us. That was them feeding. We got within 80 yards of one. Yeah, it was sketchy. So that's hence the shotgun.
Side note: I just read this morning on my email that there was someone in Alberta that killed the grizzly bear on that grizzly bear program. So hey, we're going in the right direction.
Call back, yeah.
Going in the
there's
right direction.
Too many bears, but anyway, it was a lot of fun. I got to be a part of a couple different hunts. We were in a boat crossing the Peace.
Oh, crossing the boat.
Yeah,
crossing the Peace in a boat.
With e-bikes.
That's fun.
On the boat. And then ripping in e-bikes. So there's like,
was it a big? The boat wasn't that big.
No, it was like a
yeah. Well, the river's really big.
Yeah, but it wasn't that. It was pretty low.
It was good.
And then,
do you have experience with boats?
I do. Yeah, there's a couple years I've spent at a fishing lodge running a boat. And then the frontal experience was a great learning lesson. We were in 20 yards, experienced shooters, and just hit a little low. And you get very analytical when you miss an animal or when you hit an animal and it doesn't die. And we're looking at this footage. We're using a 2.3-inch cutting diameter beast. So it's a lot of cutting diameter.
Yeah.
And if you look at it, it looks on an angle, but that's just a video. He's actually dead on the neck. He did hit high. He didn't go into the frontal, but we figured, man, he had to have hit that jugular, right? It's right there.
Sure.
And the only thing we can think of is that if it's 2.3 inches going horizontally, compared to vertically. So I think it entered vertically because if it's horizontal and it's centered, you should be hitting something good here.
100%.
We followed the blood trail for a couple 100 yards, and the first 100 yards, it was like, dude, we're going to walk on him. Right?
Sure.
Walk on him. And then it just disappeared.
Anytime you see a video of a frontal, it's always a striking video, right? Because it's kind of a ballsy shot to take.
And it's close.
Well, I would take it.
Yep.
I would have taken the shot.
Yeah.
Just as much as you guys did.
Yeah.
And then not finding that just makes it really, really tough. But so did the blood just peter out?
It just totally petered out. It kind of started getting slower to the point where like it was a drop every 20 yards.
Man, you just wonder, right? You just wonder.
I know. So I don't know. I mean, he kind of survived. And then I had my first elk bull encounter where I was able to get a shot off and I made that miss, which is very disappointing. And again, your timing of when you range, when you pull back.
Well, the ranging part is really important, especially in those cut blocks, because
like it's hard to go off of.
Well, you don't know, right?
Yeah.
And a really good lesson would be if you're hunting elk or mule deer or whitetail, any kind of animal in an area that you're not used to, you got to range. Because what you think looks like what you think it is, it never is.
I know.
And I mean, I'm not a ranging expert. I have 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 targets in my yard and I shoot out of the garage. I know what those are. But if you put me in whatever, Drumheller, Peace River, BC, somewhere in the mountains, up, down, I'm not guessing. And I don't know if anybody can.
No, it was
that rangefinder is just totally crucial. And I've screwed that up too. I've shot at a moose on a river or an elk on a river that missed him by like this far.
Yeah.
Right? Just didn't range.
The disappointing thing was like I have a clicker and I even say, here I go. I mimic Joel Turner and I felt everything go so good. And then just to see it just go low was like more disappointing because it wasn't like I just won an arrow. It was like I had it so calculated, but clearly not.
What was it like with your dad?
It was fun. I mean, he advertises me a lot to his friends that he's going to get all this elk meat. So he was hyping up all his pickleball buddies. Hey, we're coming back with steaks, right? And so he's telling me, Zach, a lot of people depending on us, a lot of people depending on us. And we weren't able to to pull through, but it was just fun. You had to dress up in all my gear. He never really heard an elk bugle in that situation, seen bears. I mean, he was on the shotgun or the camera most of the time. It was just so cool.
That's
And the
awesome.
fact he's an older age and still able to do that, I really treasure those moments.
Yeah, you should. Yeah. We're going to wrap up here, but
Yeah.
one more quick question, because you have a hat that says Situ.
Situ, yeah. So it's a combination of both. If you have Kuyu and Sitka and you want to combine the two, you wear your Situ hat. Because I pick and choose what works for me. But
Of course, Zach comes with some super creative thing every time. Anyway, this is part 1 of 2 shows. Coming up in the next show, Gunther and I shoot some bull elk and some bull moose. It's going to be totally awesome. Stay tuned. We'll be back with show part 2.
Argo Presents How to Hunt is brought to you by Argo XTV. Go anywhere. Escape Trailer, built for you. Zeiss, confidence in the toughest conditions. And these fine sponsors.